Beyond the Mic with Sean Dillon.
We're joined on the star line by an actor you've seen on Eddie and the Cruisers, Streets of Fire, was one of the 10 most watchable men in the world. His latest film, Middleton Xmas, is out now. We welcome Michael Paré.
Hey, Sean, how are you?
Absolutely great. Let's go beyond the mic. Michael, in Middleton Xmas, you play an Army vet who questions sacrifice, family, and love. Why was this role exciting for you?
Well, I've been in every branch of law enforcement and military. And, as an actor, I've been doing it a long time. You look for something that you haven't touched before. So my character has PTSD, and he's a single father. And my son is about to turn 18, and his first act as an adult is this incredible, heroic, selfless gesture. Or act. It's not a gesture. I mean, it's a hardcore thing that he decides to do. I'm very proud of him for doing it, but I'm also terrified because it means it's going to be a challenge for him the rest of his life. That's very attractive to be playing, a very complex emotional thing in a lighthearted Christmas movie. Thank goodness we have this Christmas production at the end of the movie and an original song that the producer, Suzanne De Laurentiis, wrote. You got to be careful when you're touching on very serious issues that you present them in the right way.
Now, as you developed your character, how did you tap your own experiences?
Well, as an actor, the trick for me is always to depend more on imagination. And I'm a dad, but I'm married to the mother of my son, and I can just imagine how difficult it would be to give the time and dedication and compassion if I was doing this by myself. My hat's off to all those single parents out there. It's hard enough when you share the load, but when it's all by yourself, the odds are stacked against you that you're not going to do as your child as much as you could if you were sharing the load. Anyway, that was the attraction. It was one of those stories. I had lunch with Susan De Laurentiis, the producer, and she told me the story. And I said, so I don't get in a fight, I don't shoot guns, or don't do anything like that. She said, no, Michael, this is just the guy comes back, he has PTSD, he's a single father, and his son does this. And luckily, you have a little romance with Eileen Davidson. So, that lightens the load for me, let's say.
As the oldest of six, I understand the issues of a big family. How did growing up with 3 brothers and 6 sisters change the way you act?
Basically, there was 10 of us, right? And my grandmother and my mother and my father had died. So I grew up in chaos, right? There's 4 boys in one room, 4 girls in the other room, and then 2 little girls had their own room. But, and 1 bathroom on that floor.
Oh, man. You never got in the bathroom.
Yeah, you got to learn to flex. There was always somebody knocking on the door, and why didn't you flush the toilet? Right?
You studied at the Culinary Institute of America. What's the things that you are the best at cooking, and what are the things that you still struggle to today?
Well, over the pandemic, I really perfected my baguette. You learn to do that, but, with baking and a lot of things, there's the learning curve. You've got to do it many, many times. And the baguette is what I struggled with, but I think I perfected it. It's got a great crunch. I add a little bit of whole wheat flour to it, and I fold it over a course of 3 hours. I don't knead it like you always see in the movies where they turn it and flop it and read it. It's just a gentle folding. But it takes like a total of 3 hours because you do it and then you put it away and you do it, you put it away. So that's what I struggle with. My souffles I struggle with because I can't find the right size dish, for 2. To do a chocolate souffle for 2, I need like a 4-cup dish instead of a 8 or the single ramekins, I assume you're asking about struggling in the kitchen.
No. That's perfect because I've been watching your bread making since I knew that this interview. I looked back.
On Instagram, you saw my pictures, huh?
Yes, I saw your pictures. I like the crunch and I like the adding of the whole wheat because it adds a little something different. How is it to work with the cast at Middleton Xmas?
What a bunch of talented people. I don't know how Suzanne got such a talented crew because they were all like top shelf guys. And the cast was amazing. Eileen Davidson, most of my real dramatic scenes were with Eileen because it was in reaction to my son's behavior. So I was really fortunate there.
Well, time's running out, so it's time for the Rocky Nate. 8 random questions. Answer with the first thing that comes to your mind. There is no pressure. When you were wrestling in high school, what weight class were you in?
145.
What was your favorite role of your career so far?
Eddie Wilson.
Now, what movie were you working on before the shutdown that you just can't wait to get back to?
We finished it. I've been working all through the shutdown.
Outstanding. What's easier, acting or making a beef Wellington?
Beef Wellington.
Really?
Well, because now you can buy puff pastry.
Very shocking.
If I had to make my own puff pastry, that might be a little more difficult than some of the action movies I've done.
What about baked Alaska?
That's not so bad. Whipping the egg whites is easy. I used to be able to make hollandaise for 50 people with my hands, without a machine. So making that meringue is not so bad.
What role of yours do you wish got more attention?
Oh, wow. It's hard to say. I did a movie called Tunnel Rats, which my role was great, but, we were supposed to have like an ant, those ant farms?
Uh-huh.
Remember ant farms?
Oh, yeah.
We were supposed to have it like an ant farm, but human size, because it was about the tunnels of Cu-Chi. We got all of the other stuff, and then they were supposed to go to Cape Town, and they didn't finish the ant farm set. So it's a fascinating subject.
Favorite poker starting hand?
I guess kings and aces.
Now, do you prefer acting for TV or movies?
I've been watching a lot of TV. The movies have got to be budgets over $50 million.
Now that Leverage is returning with Leverage 2.0, would you ever consider returning if they asked you?
What, with Dean Devlin? Sure, of course.
He wrestled at 145 pounds, was the 8th out of 10 kids, and his latest movie, Middleton Xmas, is out now. Michael Paré, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us today.
Thank you. God bless. Have a great holiday this year.
And that, my friends, is Beyond the Mic.